Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, the starlet gold smuggling case gets bigger and a possible political hand behind the syndicate is now emerging. In the multi-agency investigation that's underway, sources tell Times Now that a mystery politician is under the scanner. On Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, today we will bring you the inside track into the investigation. But first up, take a look at this picture which has sparked political fireworks. This is a picture of Ranya Rao's wedding. And in attendance were Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and State Home Minister G. Parmeshwara. BJP citing this picture to claim that Ranya Rao isn't just a stepdaughter of a top Karnataka cop, but also has close connections with Congress ministers. BJP has also slammed Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar, who's ruled out any political hand yesterday, calling it nothing but gossip.
See, Congress already in the media last 3 days, one minister, now two, now three, now CM, everybody, 14 kgs, 15 kgs. She's doing more than, I think, more than 5-6 years. CBI is inquiring, central agency is inquiring, because it's the money laundering. I think Mr. D.K. Kumar already given the clean chit to all the ministers. So no minister, no minister. Media saying all minister, all minister. The people of Karnataka believed this is a big scandal of Karnataka Congress government.
Right, so we now come across to the big exclusive, an inside track of the multi-agency investigation that's underway in the gold smuggling case. Let's quickly take a look at what the probe agencies in this particular case are investigating and the suspected role of influential people and even some politicians, we are told. The DRI is looking at how many times she has misused the VIP protocol. CBI is probing the national network behind this international gold syndicate. The CID is probing if she got any favors because of her DG stepfather, and also the big question about whether politicians are behind this entire racket. The probes that are underway, remember it's a multi-agency probe, at least 3 agencies looking into this particular matter, investigating it. But we are being told that the probe has thus far revealed the role of influential individuals, quote unquote. The role of people with high stakes in the bullion market is also suspected, and the racket is believed to be controlled by some politicians. Who these politicians are, at this point of time, we are not in a position to speculate or even inform you. But let's quickly take it across to our reporters joining us. With us is Madhavdas Singh, who's joining us and has in fact been covering the investigative aspects of this. Deepak Bopana also with us on the broadcast. But Madhavdas, coming to you first, it's multiple agencies who are looking into this. What are they telling you? And who are these prominent individuals?
Madhav, so far CBI has filed an FIR that was filed last Saturday. Since then, they had gone to the Bangalore airport and also to Mumbai to understand how this national network is behind this alleged international gold syndicate. They have summoned few individuals and they have in fact examined them and also collected the document. But what is very clear is that behind all this murky gold syndicate is the fact that it is being run and controlled by some politicians. They have not named them. It's a federal probe investigation that is going on. More importantly, there are some individuals who are controlling the bullion market. Remember, there is a price differential between the gold that is being sold in Middle East and what is being sold in India. What DRI has done is that they have questioned the husband of the Kannada actor at least on 5 or 6 occasions. He has gone to the High Court and said that he's been coerced to name someone. DRI has not yet filed
we'll come back to what the husband has said before the court in just a minute, Bhavtosh. I'm going to ask Deepak to also stay on with us, because even though the political aspect of this is out in the public domain, the BJP says a thorough investigation is needed to unearth who these mystery politicians involved are. The court today heard Ranya Rao's bail application, adjourning the hearing to the 14th of March. However, we heard some stunning allegations being made by the agency, the DRI, which has said that she has the resident identity card of the UAE, allowing her to visit Dubai frequently. It's also detected money transfer being made through Hawala channels, which shows that a syndicate was operating. But were even politicians part of the syndicate? A big question that probe agencies are looking into. Congress party ruling out such a connection even as the probe is underway. Let's listen into the political fight.
Ranya Rao is not only a daughter of a senior IPS officer, She has a very close link with a couple of ministers in the ruling government here in Karnataka. And this time more than 13 crores worth gold has been seized. So you can imagine how much gold has been looted by this time. And Hawala racket has been involved. So proper and thorough investigation is required. I'm glad that central government has intervened immediately and CBI investigation is on.
Involved, we don't know anything. It is all a political process system. Been involved, we don't know anything. It is all a political process system. Been involved, we don't know anything. It is all a political process system.
To a short while earlier, Times Now's access the petition of Ranya's husband was granted relief from the Karnataka High Court with the court ordering that DRI can't take any coercive action against him in his petition. Ranya's architect husband has cited marital discord, saying that the two failed to connect merely a month into the marriage and that there was no transparency or communication in their relationship. He's contended that he doesn't have any knowledge of the transactions or details of Ranya Rao. Let me get in Deepak on that. Deepak, the husband is quick to distance from Ranya Rao, saying that they had not, in fact, been together about a month after the marriage and has denied any knowledge of any of these transactions.
Well, Madhav, one thing is becoming very clear that the case itself is murky and there is more than what meets the eye. As far as after the arrest of Ranya is concerned, you notice what's happened as far as a statement from her father is concerned, who's a DGP level officer. He says, she's not my biological daughter, but there is, of course, a matter of the fact that, she has been brought up by him. She has enjoyed various perks because he was an IPS officer. Now the husband is saying, well, there were discords. They never had a good marriage. So everyone seems to be distancing themselves away from Ranya now that she's caught. Up until then, everything was going smooth. Now, apart from, of course, the, like you mentioned, the CBI that is already investigating the matter along with the DRI, we should note that the government here has also appointed an IAS officer to investigate the role of her father because there have been questions that have been raised. Apart from that, the protocol violation also is being looked into by the IAS officer. The CID is parallelly looking at the role of two constables only who, in this particular case, is believed to have assisted Ranya Rao. Apart from that, just today, there was an activist who's gone ahead and filed a complaint with the Enforcement Directorate as well. So it could be possible that the Enforcement Directorate could also swoop into this case. And if there is a possibility of any ministers like the BJP is pointing out involved in the matter, that could of course be quite explosive.
We'll have to see what names come out eventually. At the moment, they are looking at some high-profile individuals. We're told they're politicians. We're not going to speculate at this point of time. There are all sorts of political charges that are being made, but this is what the agencies are telling us right now. Bhavtosh as well as Deepak, thanks so much for joining us. Let's quickly open it across to our guest. Joining us is GS Prashanth, spokesperson of BJP. Sanjay Sai is a former ADGP of Karnataka. Syed Abbas, political analyst, joining us, as does Sanjjanaa Galrani. Syed Abbas, first question to you. High-profile individuals part of this racket. Is it possible that someone like Ranya could have managed this kind of access or protocol with just her father, who's a retired IPS officer? Is it possible that there could be bigger names involved to ensure that she had the safe passage every time she comes from Dubai?
Absolutely, Madhav. I would say, being from the state of Karnataka, being from Bengaluru, I'd say there must be a full-fledged investigation. And as we speak, the DRI, the CBI, and the state central investigation department is on it. And I have full faith in the Karnataka police that they will get to the end of this case. The fact of the matter is the Bharatiya Janata Party, time and again, spreading pictures of Sanjjanaa G at Parmeshwar Ji at Ranya Rao's marriage. How does it even signify anything, sir? A single picture with an accused or a criminal accused. There have been many pictures of BJP leaders.
When Nirav Modi case came out, you cited pictures of Nirav Modi with the Prime Minister. In this case, when there is another accused with your own Chief Minister, then, what's good for the goose should be good for the gander.
I will answer. So you as the anchor defended that, saying that a mere picture won't do anything.
No, I didn't defend anything of that sort.
Therefore, let me also tell you.
No,
let me also tell you. Let me also tell you that...
My friend, don't put any words in my mouth.
Like you said,
the same yardstick should be used.
Don't
That's all I'm
defy
saying.
anything. Even this does not defy anything. Also, as a matter of fact, let me also bring to your notice.
So you agree? Nirav Modi's case, the Prime Minister has got a clean sheet. All right, that's your point. Let me bring in Sanjay Sai now. Sanjay Sai, is it possible for protocol to be given to individuals if they, even if the father is a retired IPS officer, without someone higher up actually providing that cover and that safe passage?
The father is not a retired IPS officer, he is a serving IPS officer at the DG level, is head of the police housing corporation. So that's point number one. Point number two, what the escort services and the protocol services we have been talking about endlessly since the time this case has been registered. Now that protocol services were provided to her, that also is a fact. And she also used to get a vehicle as she moved out of the terminal building to go to whatever destination in town she was supposed to. Now, whether these protocol services were directly related or the constables we are talking about are directly related with the crime. So that is the bigger question. With regards to different agencies coming in and government of Karnataka also getting activated and ordering two probes, one with the ACS Gauragupta and other with the CID. I think it is a very well calibrated approach to make things very, very clear and the nature of investigation which covers literally everything. On the central government side, the federal agency side, we have the DRI, which is doing the bulwark of the investigation, and CBI providing all other wherewithal, inclusive of the national network, how the different airports work, inclusive of 10 airports in South India. And literally, it is basically covering those areas. So broadly, we are where we are. Political slugfest is the destiny of high-profile criminal cases in this country. It should be avoided. That's a different story altogether. But in reality, that happens every single time.
Okay.
So
Let me bring in Sanjjanaa on that note. Sanjjanaa, political slugfest unfortunately comes out of every investigation, particularly high-profile ones. In this particular case, there are questions about whether, there are pictures out in the public domain which the BJP cites as proof, but clearly, of course, even investigating agencies saying that it is possible that there are big political names who are actually backing up Ranya in this case.
You cannot take these wedding pictures where our Honorable Chief Minister and Home Minister have gone and attended the particular wedding of Ranya Rao and accuse them of such a big acquisition without any proof or probe. You cannot do a media trial on a sitting chief minister or sitting home minister who's really serving the state and who is really striving each day, dedicating his life for the state. This is like a mere gossip. Let me give you an example. When BJP was there, there's this huge Bitcoin scam which had happened, which was some 22,000 crore, 25,000 crore, and just because BJP was in power, they just linked the chief minister that time, Yedurappa. They linked everybody possible. All the ministers who are coming out now from BJP and talking out so loud, they linked all the names without any proof. So this political fight will happen even over a food non-veg menu in our country. That is the most comical and the hilarious part of it. But there's a lot of manipulation in it, and the intelligent people are now able to understand that it may be religion, may it be food, or may it be any high-profile criminal cases, it will be politicized. And we are done with this manipulation.
Unfortunately, the fact is before us, and there are proceedings before the court. What's coming out of the court is what we are talking about. What's coming out of the investigation is what we're talking about. What you're calling a media trial, and you have every right to your opinion. But the point is that we are reporting on the basis of facts before us. If we had to speculate, there would be a number of names. But GS Prashanth, it's irresponsible to comment at this particular stage. There's been the case of the Bitcoin scam where there were all sorts of charges which were later not proved, says Sanjjanaa Galrani. And therefore, it is not fair to speculate in the case of this actress as well.
Madhav, it's not about speculation. If you look at the Congress's stand ever since this issue broke out, they have been only taking a backseat and saying, let the investigation happen, we are for it, we are not for it. So it indicates that Congress is aware that their ministers are involved somewhere. I'm not saying that the CM is involved or the Home Minister. We don't know which are the politicians who are involved in the particular scam, because the snippets or whatever the leaked reports which have come out from the DRA and other things suggest that the case is much beyond a normal gold smuggling, and it has deeper links, and it is having impact on national security, which is why the DRA is opposing the bail also. Why should Congress now be afraid of that? Let the investigation happen at the DRA level, at the CBI level. If Congress has nothing to hide and if the ministers have not done anything, they will come out as clean. If they are involved, they have everything to fear. So it's not about who is linking what and what's happening. The fact of the matter remains that Congress was in denial at the beginning, saying we have no connection with them. Now that some pictures have emerged that they had close links with them. I'm not saying a picture is indicative that they are involved in the smuggling matter, but which means it only indicates they had closer ties.
Okay.
So therefore, let the investigation happen, let the names come out, And it will not be surprising which big fish may be
Okay, they
caught
were
in the
acquainted with each other.
Why
They
is
were
everybody
acquainted
else
with each other. That's
speculating?
what the picture proves. Cyrus Navas, your response.
Coming now? How can you link it to what happened?
Of the debate,
One by one, one by one, one by one. We can't hear you if you all speak at the same time. One by one.
Yeah, the leader of opposition, Mr. R. Ashok, in the opening of the debate said, "Oh, this has been happening from 5 to 6 years." R. Ashok G's observation or his statement. The fact of the matter, it's only about 2 years that Karnataka government is ruled by Congress. You know, if we minus and discount that, for the last there were over 2.5 years where CM Basavaraj Bommai of the BJP was the chief minister. Why were they not able to catch? When, as per R. Ashok Ji, it was happening from 5 to 6 years. The fact that blaming Congress government, I think we should congratulate the DRI for doing a good work. That this has been happening 5 to 6 years, and now they've been able to catch this
Okay,
actress.
Prashant
Not
wants
just
to quickly
that.
respond to you on that. Quick response, Prashant.
No, Madhav, who is stopping them to investigate? If they have proof that some BJP ministers are involved in something, what was Congress doing for the last 22 months? What have been they doing? They should have investigated, filed charge sheet, ensured that people, they know that BJP is not involved. Politically convenient, they're making the statements now only of the fear that Congress leaders may be exposed. Like how George Soros and Rahul Gandhi's connections was exposed.
All right. We'll have to leave
Now
with that. GS,
probably-
Prashant, Syed Asad Abbas and Sanjjanaa Galrani as well as Sanjay Sai, former ADGP of Karnataka. Thanks so much for correcting me because between your former ADGP status and the current DGP status of Mr. Ranya Rao, I certainly perhaps slipped up over there. Thanks so much for that. And we're going to slip into a very quick break. More news and updates on the other side.